WLE community, this is Adam Anderson, and as always with me, my lovely wife, Carrie Anderson. Or is it the other way around? Is it always...
You are my lovely wife.
I'm the lovely husband, Adam Anderson, as always, as an accessory to my wife. Better than any handbag, I can carry a lot.
Hi guys, we are Adam and Carrie Anderson, the co-founders of Whole Life Entrepreneurship.
Yes, go to WLEmission.com to find out more about how we are helping entrepreneurs live successful lives without regrets.
Yeah, so last week on our live we talked about what it looks like to live a life of success without regrets. So we've been diving into what that looks like and really trying to figure out what that entails, how that would show up in your life. And guess what? We came up with a catchy thing.
What? Oh my goodness, I hope it's the same letter repeated multiple times with different words attached to that letter.
Alliteration.
I love alliteration.
The 4 P's. I almost forgot because part of our other methodology is the 3 C's. But we are talking today about the 4 P's, where we want in our lives to show up without regret. We don't want to do anything in these particular areas of our lives that might cause us to regret something later down the road.
Yes, and the reason why this is a new invention, a fresh year for 2020, is that we've been doing a really, really good job helping people build healthy relationships inside of their communities, inside of their businesses, inside of their relationships. But my wife was saying, hey, 2019, we didn't do a whole lot about business. We didn't do a whole lot about how do you do this whole life, meaning, yeah, you should make a lot of profit, but why and how it all goes together. So would you mind telling the 4 P's to us? And by the way, stay tuned because we're going to have money in there. Let's do this.
That's right. First of all, we want to talk about living a life of regrets. Your person, your people,
The Pebbles.
your purpose,
Purpose is important.
and your profit.
Well, they all dovetail into each other, right? You can think of a big circle with arrows. A wonderful PowerPoint presentation, I'm sure, is going to be created in due order. But the idea here is your profits fuel your purpose. Your purpose is done in community with your people, and it all plugs back into your person, who you are. And each and every one of those goes round and round and round. Because, by the way, if you aren't winning, being successful as a person, you have zero chance of creating the profit that is the fuel for the purpose. To see how that works? It's pretty good.
Yeah, and when any of those things is a little out of balance, other things can lose a little bit of attention and get neglected as well. So if all we're thinking about is our profit,
Yep.
do you think we're being good business people? Probably not.
No.
If all we're thinking about is
My
our
purpose.
business
Oh, yeah.
or our purpose,
Yeah.
which is the same, right? If all we're thinking about is our business and we're really heavily focused in that area, there's a good chance we're going to neglect the people who are important to us or even ourselves personally. Oftentimes our health may suffer because we're working 80-hour weeks and tied to a computer and something ends up suffering. Hey, at the end of the day, we are all on this planet for a limited amount of time.
Truth.
If we are going to live lives of success without regret, we have to carefully and intentionally pay attention to the 4 P's and how we show up in those.
Yep. It's not complicated, but it is super complicated.
Where do you feel like you struggle the most?
Well, right now it's profit. The act of building a company again after selling one means that we got to get going. However, I say that tongue in cheek because the systems are there and it takes as long as it takes and everything's on schedule, and we have 3 companies that are going into a bit of a hockey stick this time around. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yes, got to dance.
Yes, exactly. Yes, Miss Robin. Yes. If I don't take the time to take care of myself as a person, in fact, I went to a class today with Vanessa. It was so much fun. I love it. I got to take care of myself in that way. If I don't, guess what? It shows up here at home and it shows up in my business. I am not as effective if I never take the time to blow off that steam.
Yes. We have been wide open. I don't feel like I take back the profit thing. I think person. I don't do a lot of what I would say self-care, which is interesting because if I look at my calendar, I got the gym on the calendar. I'm doing all these interesting things. But one of the things I didn't know I needed, I require a substantial amount of downtime to recharge.
Yeah. In fact, you told somebody yesterday that I would work you to death. If you were
Carrie doesn't quit, y'all. She just keeps going, and she digs deep, and she's like, my lower back hurts and my ankles and my this and my that and my that, but I'm gonna keep going. And I'm like, ooh, I'll see you on the other side of the hill. I mean, she gets it done, but that's not how I'm wired. I do require, after a solid sprint, I need to rest. Carrie has the ability to sprint from much, much farther. So she operates different.
I think it's okay though to understand that there's.
I just sniffly.
That's okay. I think that it's okay to understand that everybody has different
Absolutely.
ways. Yeah. How do you know? How do you connect with what exactly is the thing that you need to improve upon? How can you tell? And how do you know when you get there?
Honestly, it's the red, yellow, green assessment that we've been talking about. It is just go down, hey, red, yellow, green. Where am I with my purpose? Red is I have no idea. Green is I'm living it every day.
Yeah.
Yellow is somewhere in the middle. And it's all subjective, but this is what it's all about, is you do red, yellow, green on purpose, person, people, and profit. And start with the reds, guys. You have a red, start there.
The other thing is that if you do a red, yellow, green test on your person, your people, your purpose, and your profit, and everything is green,
that'd be nice.
Are you winning?
It looks like a life of success without regrets.
That looks like a life of success without regrets. Man, I'm trying to think back if I've ever felt like I was green in all areas.
Yes.
But if you're telling me.
Telling you.
Have you ever felt like you were green
I
in all
have,
areas?
and I've seen you be green in all of them. This is the thing. The reason why we develop whole life entrepreneurship and why I'm looking over here at a whiteboard and it's got a whole year worth of training and lessons that we're going to start delivering in a private group about all of this stuff. If you get healthy and you're green all the way and you're like, yay, and then you stop working, you go back. You have to continue to do the work. One of the things we learned in 2019 is there is no magic pill. There's no replacing hard work over time that develops and produces results, and then continued hard work to keep those results. And it turns out that's exactly how it should be.
Yeah. And so one of the good things about the red, yellow, green test is that it's something that we in our practice have programmed at regular check-ins, which I think is super important because there's no good way to track your progress if you don't do regular check-ins. And the thing is that you can be green, and then something happen.
Yep.
And you have to, in that moment, decide, well, am I going to live here forever? Or am I going to figure out a way to live a life of success without regrets? How do I get back to green all across the board? Not only that, but if you are staying in a state where you're green across the board, that means you probably have something worth sharing.
Time to mentor.
It's time to mentor. It's time to help somebody. It's time to reach out a hand to someone that you think that could really use it and show them your tricks, show them your secrets.
So I have a curveball. Let's say you're all green, and I have a friend. He was all green. Did you hear the thing I said there? He was all green. The reason why he was all green is because he thought all this stuff was going great, and then his spouse took the red, yellow, green. She was not all green. And he was taken aback. And they got one of the biggest fights ever because this person the spouse was shutting up, being quiet, being small, letting the entrepreneur go and do everything, and she was supporting, doing all the blocking and tackling, but she was just waiting. When do I have permission to voice my opinion? When are we safe enough that I can start voicing some of my concerns? And as soon as she saw he was all green, she's like, hallelujah, it's time to get to work on the rest of the stuff. So when you're in a relationship with somebody else, or you are caring about a lot of people, it's not just if you are red, yellow, green. It is if the people around you are there too. And like Carrie said, if you're all green, that is a perfect opportunity to hold a hand out to somebody else, be it a spouse, be it a friend, be it a new acquaintance, whatever. That is a gift to be all green. And sure, you worked for it, but now it's time to teach others.
Yeah, I think especially when you take the opportunities to, in conjunction with the red, yellow, green, you also do the 3C assessment. The 3C assessment is a little bit different because it is one of those things where it seems like it's redundant, but the entire purpose is to have it be a mirror of the way you're showing up for people and how you feel you're being fed by other people, how you're drawing from other people. And then the entire point is to exchange those results and block out time to communicate, because again, you can't be in somebody else's head all of the time. So
you wouldn't want
it's
to.
really interesting when, on paper, people think everything is hunky dory, and sometimes when they take these opportunities to chat about it, there's some things hidden and waiting to be dealt with, to be communicated clearly about, an opportunity for growth, if you will.
And can we say one last thing and then maybe let these people go have the rest of their Sunday?
Sure.
It's okay to be wherever you're at. If you're all red, cool, that's where you are. Now you know. Get one to yellow. Doesn't matter which one. Probably person, but whatever. It is completely okay to be wherever you are on the journey. And one of the hardest things is to go from all green and have one drop into yellow or red. It's okay. You're supposed to do this. That is okay.
I agree. And if you are red in your purpose, if you're red in your business, that's probably going to bottleneck everything else. Any kind of progress in anything else. If you're really, really struggling in the business category, sometimes it's going to get in the way of being able to work on yourself, being able to listen to the people around you very well, just because you're so overwhelmed with the hidden pains of entrepreneurship, which are feelings of being alone, doing this all together, doing this all by yourself, the stress that comes with your business being in the red, and the fear that comes along with not knowing when it's going to turn a corner.
Yeah.
So we highly, highly, highly recommend that if that is the case, hey, reach out. We can usually point you in the right direction of what to do next.
Yep. So let's close out before this cat jumps on our laps and you see me say bad words because she got claws. WLEmission.com is the place to go to learn more about this. If you would like to take one of these assessments, be it a red, yellow, green assessment,
we can drop it in the
a
comments.
3Cs assessment, or if you want to know next steps, look in the comments, send us a private message. Honestly, I'd rather you send us a private message. Just PM her or me, and we can start a dialogue, because I don't want you to just take this assessment and then stop. If you're taking the first step, let's help you take the second one as well.
I agree. Absolutely. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Be thinking as you go through the week how you're going to show up for your person, your people, your purpose, and what you're going to do with that profit.
Bye.
Bye, guys.